Egypt is a journey between sand and eternity. The Nile sets the pulse of the country, while temples and pyramids tell stories that the wind still whispers. In its cities, modern life blends with ancient heritage. Markets filled with aromas, prayers at dawn, and gazes that reflect history. The Red Sea shimmers with impossible colors, and the deserts conceal silences that seem to speak. Here, every stone breathes memory, and every smile recalls hospitality. Egypt teaches that time does not stop. It simply learns to dream. Cairo, the beating heart of Egypt. Cairo vibrates with its own rhythm, a symphony of car horns, laughter, and aromas that seem to tell stories. The streets of Khan el-Khalili are full of life, where spices and freshly baked bread mingle with the murmurs of the market. The Nile flows through the city like a silver ribbon that unites yesterday with today. The minarets rise proudly as the call to prayer fills the air. Could you imagine living in a city so full of energy and mystery? Here, past and present share the same heartbeat. The Egyptian Museum houses over 120,000 treasures, silent witnesses to a brilliant civilization. Ancient papyri recount the life, love, and dreams of the Egyptians. Cairenes, friendly and inquisitive, offer tea with a smile that melts away any distance. As night falls, the lights of the Nile create a golden reflection that invites tranquility. Would you dare to lose yourself in its streets until dawn? From this vibrant heart, the journey to Luxor becomes a leap into the soul of ancient Egypt. Luxor, the world's largest open-air museum. Luxor is the living memory of Egypt, where every stone seems to hold an ancient secret. The temples of Karnak and Luxor stand majestically, bathed in sunlight that illuminates their untouched hieroglyphs. In the Valley of the Kings, the silence is profound, and the tombs seem to breathe. Could you hear the echoes of the past within their sacred walls? Here, time stands still. It simply transforms into beauty. Unearthed documents reveal the daily lives of laborers, priests, and queens. The still vibrant paintings depict banquets, dances, and prayers. Local guides recount stories with humor and pride, turning history into a living narrative. As the sun sets, the Nile is adorned with gold, and the air smells of eternity. Would you say a place can be both a museum and a soul? From Luxor, the traveler sets off for Alexandria, where the sea and wisdom embrace. Alexandria, the pearl of the Mediterranean. Alexandria breathes the sea and poetry. Founded by Alexander the Great, it was the intellectual jewel of the ancient world. Its modern library stands reborn as a symbol of eternal knowledge, housing millions of volumes and documents on navigation, art, and science. Strolling along its coast is to feel history mingling with the breeze. Would you like to read by the sea while listening to the murmur of the waves? As evening falls, the promenade fills with laughter and strolls. The cafes exude the aroma of mint, and musicians fill the air with soft melodies. Museums preserve letters and maps that recount centuries of trade and love. Alexandria teaches us that knowledge can also be romantic. On the horizon, the sun melts into the sea, and the traveler dreams of new destinations. From its azure shore, the road leads to Sharm el-Sheikh, where the Red Sea holds its own miracle. Sharm el-Sheikh, where the Red Sea sparkles. Sharm el-Sheikh is a paradise of light and color. Beneath the Red Sea, coral reefs form living gardens, and fish resemble floating jewels. Diving here is like stepping into another world, silent and magical. The crystal-clear waters reveal nature's purest beauty. Would you dare to explore this underwater universe? On land, the atmosphere is cheerful and welcoming. Resorts offer music, Bedouin dances, and fresh seafood. Environmental awareness campaigns highlight Egypt's dedication to preserving this treasure. At night, the sky fills with stars that reflect the water's shimmering surface. Sharm el-Sheikh teaches us that relaxation is also a form of discovery. Would you say the sea can heal the soul? From this luminous corner, the journey continues toward the deserts that the wind has transformed into art. Abydos, the sanctuary of the Egyptian soul. Abydos is not just a temple, it is a gateway to Egypt's most ancient faith. The Temple of Seti I, dedicated to Osiris, preserves reliefs so delicate they appear painted with a brush. The walls tell stories of resurrection and hope. Can you imagine reading hieroglyphs that speak of the soul and eternity? Archaeologists have found unique documents, lists of kings, sacred hymns, and funerary rituals carved in stone. The atmosphere in Abydos is one of profound respect. The villagers still welcome visitors with bread and dates, just as in ancient times. Here, religion, history, and humanity intertwine in a single breath. Abydos teaches that the past does not die, it merely sleeps, and when it awakens, it leads the traveler to the most monumental heart of Egypt, the pyramids of Giza. Giza Pyramid Complex, the eternal wonder. Before the pyramids of Giza, time stands still. These mountains of stone were erected more than 4,500 years ago, and even today they remain a mystery of precision and faith. The Great Pyramid of Giza, with its exact proportions, is aligned with the stars. Could you believe it was built using only simple tools and human hands? The papyri of Wadi al-Jaf describe how workers transported blocks along the Nile, demonstrating impressive organization and technique. Documents in the Egyptian Museum reveal that the pyramid's solar orientation is based on precise astronomical calculations. Giza is proof that human ingenuity knows no bounds. Each stone seems to have a soul, and as you walk among them, you feel the grandeur of an eternal civilization. But before you leave, a stone gaze watches over the horizon, the Sphinx, guardian of the secrets of time. The Sphinx of Giza, guardian of the horizon. The Sphinx is an enigma sculpted from rock. Its lion's body and human face represent the balance between strength and wisdom. Archaeologists estimate it was carved during the reign of Khafre. Would you say its gaze follows you as you pass by? At 73 meters long and 20 meters high, the Sphinx dominates the landscape as if watching over it from another era. Ancient documents suggest it symbolized the protection of the sacred valley. At dawn, the sunlight bathes its face in gold, and it seems to come alive. Travelers fall silent, as if afraid of breaking the spell. The Sphinx connects the past and the present, reminding us that the greatest mysteries need no words. From its motionless gaze, the Nile continues its course toward Aswan, where calm reigns. Aswan, the whisper of the Nile. Aswan is a haven of peace. Feluccas glide slowly along the river, and the mountains are tinged with copper at sunset. The Nubians, with their houses painted in blue and yellow, welcome visitors with genuine smiles. Would you like to sail along the Nile and hear only the sound of the wind and the water? Historical documents about the High Dam tell how Egypt transformed its destiny without losing its essence. Aswan blends modernity and tradition, progress and memory. The markets overflow with spices, fabrics, and laughter. The temples of Philae, dedicated to Isis, emerge from the waters like an ancient dream. Here, time moves unhurriedly. Aswan teaches that true luxury lies in tranquility. From this corner of the south, the journey ascends to the origin of sacred architecture, Saqqara. Saqqara, the first step toward heaven. Before Giza, Saqqara marked the beginning of it all. Here, the architect Imhotep designed the first-step pyramid for Pharaoh Djoser more than 4,700 years ago. It was humanity's first attempt to reach for the sky in stone. Can you imagine the thrill of seeing something like this for the first time in history? The reliefs in the tombs depict everyday scenes, musicians, dancers, and banquets. Recent discoveries have revealed new chambers decorated with intact paintings. Saqqara demonstrates that humanity's ambition to transcend began here. The shadows of sunset lengthen across the sand, and the silence seems to speak. Upon leaving Saqqara, one understands that Egypt is not just visited, it is felt, breathed, and remembered. Siwa Oasis, the whisper of the desert. In the heart of the Western Desert, surrounded by sand dunes and a seemingly endless silence, lies the Siwa Oasis, a hidden gem that pulsates among palm trees and salt lakes. Its waters reflect the sky with a silvery shimmer, while the wind paints ever-changing shapes across the dunes. The Berber inhabitants preserve ancient traditions, speak their own language, and live in harmony with the land. The adobe houses seem to grow from the ground, woven into the landscape as if they had always been there. Can you imagine waking up in a place where time seems to have stood still? In Siwa, the desert is not an emptiness. It is a refuge for the soul. Historical documents mention Siwa as a spiritual center where Alexander the Great sought counsel from the oracle of Amun. The temple ruins still echo with that legendary visit. Travelers enjoy its hot springs and local products, dates, olives, and pure olive oil. Ecological studies highlight the sustainability of its agricultural practices and respect for natural resources. Siwa teaches that silence can also speak volumes and that calm is a form of wisdom. Don't you think the desert holds more answers than questions? Hurghada, the infinite blue of the Red Sea. Hurghada, stretching along the Red Sea, is an explosion of color and life. Its clear waters reveal coral gardens where fish of 1,000 hues swim. Diving here is like entering a luminous universe, where silence is the voice of the water. On the coast, modern hotels blend with old fishing villages, creating a harmony between the new and the traditional. Sunsets, tinged with orange and violet, transform the horizon into a living painting. Would you say the sea can be a mirror of the sky? Hurghada offers a perfect balance between adventure and relaxation. Tourist and environmental guides tell the story of how this former fishing port transformed into a world-class destination. Locals, with their warm hospitality, offer tea and stories about the wind and tides, Diving centers maintain records of rare species and protected reefs. At night, the sea breeze caresses the promenades, and the sounds of the water accompany conversations. Hurghada teaches us that the sea not only separates, but unites those who look upon it with respect. Would you dare to let its blue waters take you further than you expected? Abu Simbel, the Temple of Power and Eternity. Abu Simbel impresses even before you arrive. From a distance, the colossal statues of Ramses II seem to guard Lake Nasser with majestic calm. Carved directly into the rock, the temple is a work of art and faith. Each figure, each hieroglyph, seems to have a life of its own. At dawn, the sun's rays illuminate the inner sanctuary, a reminder of the precision and ingenuity of its builders. Could you imagine so much power concentrated in stone? Abu Simbel represents the union between the divine and the human, between grandeur and serenity. UNESCO documents recount the titanic task of moving the temple to save it from the rising waters of the lake. Stone by stone, engineers and archaeologists reconstructed this marvel, a symbol of universal respect for history. Inside, reliefs narrate military victories and offerings to the gods. The light that streams through its entrance twice a year remains a mathematical miracle. Abu Simbel teaches us that time can bend to the will of those who love beauty. Would you say that eternity can be carved by human hands? El Gouna, the city that smiles to the sea. El Gouna is a modern creation designed to coexist with the sea. Its canals meander among sand-colored houses, and small boats pass peacefully under low bridges. Flowers grow by the water, and the sea breeze caresses the terraces. Here, everything invites tranquility, the silence, the light, and the unhurried rhythm of life. Would you like to sail along its canals as the sun slowly sets? El Gouna combines elegance and nature in perfect harmony. Urban planning and environmental documents highlight its sustainable model based on solar energy and resource recycling. The inhabitants, a blend of cultures, live in harmony and celebrate diversity with art and music. The nights are filled with soft lights, reflected in the water like nearby stars. In the markets, the aroma of freshly baked bread and sweet spices accompanies conversations. El Gouna teaches that luxury can have heart. Don't you think serenity is also a form of wealth? Dashur, where the geometry of the sky began. Dashur is the laboratory of ancient Egypt. Two pyramids rise from the silent sands, the Red Pyramid and the Bent Pyramid, humanity's first attempts to reach the heavens. Their imperfect angles tell the story of learning. The builders experimented, made mistakes, and created beauty from the quest. Did you imagine that perfection is born from trying? Walking among its stones is like stepping back to the beginning of the pharaonic dream. The papyri found here reveal precise calculations and astonishing construction methods. Archaeologists consider Dashur the starting point of timeless architecture. Its austere landscape, devoid of crowds, allows one to contemplate the passage of the wind over history. The sand covers and reveals secrets with every breeze. Dashur teaches that all progress begins with a question, and that the highest dreams are built step by step. Would you say that humankind still looks to the sky with the same curiosity? Marsa Alam, coral dancing with the waves. Marsa Alam is a natural sanctuary where the Red Sea displays its purest richness. Its turquoise waters protect reefs that resemble floating gardens. Dolphins leap in the distance, and turtles rest among the coral. Diving here is like entering another world, where silence becomes melody. Would you dare to let the sea embrace you completely? Marsa Alam offers calm and wonder, a place where marine life teaches its art without words. Ecological and scientific documents highlight its unique biodiversity and the measures that protect its environment. The local inhabitants, expert fishermen, share their stories with contagious serenity. Waterfront cafes serve cinnamon tea, while the waves set the rhythm. As evening falls, the sky and sea merge into a single color. Marsa Alam teaches that true wealth lies in living in harmony with nature. Don't you think the sea can also teach us how to breathe? Dahab, the golden jewel of Sinai. Dahab, the Golden One, shimmers between the Red Sea and the Sinai Mountains. Its tranquil waters reflect the sky in turquoise hues, and stone houses blend seamlessly with the white sands. It is a place for those seeking calm, conversation, and light. Bedouins offer tea under decorated tents, and time seems to be measured by the waves. Would you like to watch the sunrise from the shore, hearing only the murmur of the sea? Dahab teaches that simplicity is the purest form of luxury. Travel guides recount how it transformed from a fishing village into an international haven for travelers. Divers flock to the Blue Hole, an abyss of crystalline beauty. In the cafes, guitars and laughter fill the night air. The locals maintain their age-old hospitality and proudly share their culture. Dahab demonstrates that tranquility can also be an adventure. Don't you think there are places where time learns to rest? Edfu, the Temple of the Sacred Falcon. Edfu, dedicated to the god Horus, is one of the best preserved temples in the country. Its imposing entrance and high walls seem to defy the passage of time. Inside, inscriptions recount the victory of good over chaos. Tourists move in silence, as if afraid of awakening the gods. Could you imagine that these hieroglyphs were painted more than 2,000 years ago? Edfu holds the spirit of ancient Egypt intact. The documents found here detail rituals, chants, and festivals dedicated to Horus. The reliefs depict processions, offerings, and celebrations of the sun. When the light streams through the main entrance, the temple is bathed in a golden warmth. Local guides speak with pride of its exemplary preservation. Edfu teaches us that time can be an ally of beauty. Don't you think there are places where eternity stands still for a moment? Colossi of Memnon, guardians of the dawn. On the west bank of the Nile, two stone giants have watched over the horizon for more than 3,000 years. The Colossi of Memnon, standing 18 meters tall, depict Pharaoh Amenhotep III seated, his gaze fixed on the sunrise. Their imposing presence transforms the valley into a scene of grandeur and silence. Can you imagine what these giants saw from their thrones of rock? Every crack in their bodies tells of centuries of wind and time. Travelers of antiquity reported hearing a song emanating from one of the statues at sunrise, a natural phenomenon caused by the heat and the cracks in the stone. Documents from Greek and Roman writers mention this song of Memnon as a divine sign. Today, the Colossi continue to greet the dawn with the same serenity as always. Memnon teaches us that patience, too, is a form of eternity. Would you say that stones have memory? Temple of Hatshepsut, the queen who defied time. The Temple of Hatshepsut in Deir el-Bahari is a jewel of elegance and balance. Built on terraces that blend seamlessly with the mountain, its architecture seems to float between the rock and the sky. Queen Hatshepsut, one of the most powerful women in Egypt, commissioned its construction to honor her legacy. Would you like to walk through a temple where a woman etched her name in eternity? The reliefs depict her trading voyages, offerings, and ceremonies. Historical documents highlight her peaceful and prosperous reign. From the upper platform, the valley unfolds like an ocean of sand. The midday light transforms the columns into golden fire. Hatshepsut taught that leadership can also be an art. Don't you think that the most enduring power is that which is built with intelligence? Temple of Karnak, the Stone Forest. Karnak is not just a temple, it is a city of columns. Several cathedrals could fit within its grounds, and every stone tells a fragment of Egyptian glory. The columns of the hypostyle hall rise like giant trees, decorated with hieroglyphs that still retain their color. Can you imagine the sound of drums and chants that filled this place? Karnak was the spiritual heart of Egypt for centuries. The documents found speak of processions, astronomy, and offerings to the god Amun-Ra. The pharaohs added temples and courtyards, vying to leave their mark. At sunset, the light filters through the pillars, creating a majestic spectacle of shadows. Karnak teaches us that greatness isn't imposed, it's built step by step. Don't you think there are places where the stone breathes history? Dendera Temple, the harmony of the stars. The Dendera Temple is a poem written in stone. Dedicated to the goddess Hathor, its ceiling displays constellations and zodiac signs carved with astonishing precision. Entering here is like looking at the sky from inside the earth. Would you like to observe the stars carved by hands thousands of years ago? Ancient documents reveal that Dendera was a center of astronomy and sacred medicine. The reliefs depict instruments, calendars, and offerings to the celestial gods. The colors, still visible, fill the temple with a bluish light that seems alive. Dendera teaches that knowledge and faith can walk hand in hand. Would you say that the stars also hold the history of humanity? Temple of Kom Ombo, the gods of balance. Kom Ombo is a unique temple dedicated to two distinct gods, Sobek, the crocodile, symbol of strength, and Haroeris, the falcon, symbol of wisdom. Its symmetrical columns and perfect reliefs depict the duality of the universe. The Nile flows at its base, reflecting the golden gleam of its walls. Can you feel the energy of a place where stone speaks of harmony? Kom Ombo invites respect and contemplation. The archaeological documents found here include medical formulas and descriptions of surgical instruments. The ancient Egyptians understood health as a balance between body and spirit. At sunset, the light bathes the inscriptions and transforms the temple into living gold. Visitors fall silent, as if still waiting to hear the voice of the gods. Komombo teaches that knowledge is born from balance. Would you say that the ancients knew more about us than we think? Kalabsha Temple, Guardian of the South. On the shores of Lake Nasser stands the Kalabsha Temple, dedicated to the god Mandulus. Its golden stone gleams in the southern sun, and its architecture blends Egyptian and Roman styles. Inscriptions tell stories of kings and priests who lived between two worlds. Would you like to walk through a temple that unites civilizations? Kalabsha embodies the quiet elegance of the past. Restoration documents recount the impressive task of moving it stone by stone during the construction of the Aswan Dam. It was an international undertaking that united cultures in the name of history. Today, Kalabsha remains a symbol of collaboration and respect. The shadows of sunset dance across its walls, and the lake reflects its perfect image. Kalabsha teaches us that preserving art is a way of loving life. Would you say the stones remember those who saved them? Philae Temple, the sanctuary of the goddess Isis. The Temple of Philae, surrounded by the waters of the Nile, seems to float in time. Dedicated to the goddess Isis, it symbolizes love, motherhood, and renewal. Its delicately carved columns reflect the sunlight as if they were made of gold. Travelers arrive in small boats, hearing only the murmur of the water and the distant song of birds. Can you imagine sailing toward a temple that seems to rise from the water? Philae was a sacred place for centuries, where the faithful came to ask for protection and wisdom. Archaeological records show how it was moved stone by stone to the island of Agilkia after the construction of the Aswan Dam. The carefully restored reliefs tell the story of Isis and her son Horus, a symbol of hope. At night, a light show brings the ancient myths to life, enveloping visitors in a magical atmosphere. Philae teaches that faith can float, survive, and be reborn. Don't you think that beauty, when it's genuine, always finds a place to stay? Temple of Hathor, the goddess of joy. The Temple of Hathor in Dendera is an ode to beauty and music. Dedicated to the goddess of love and art, its blue columns display smiling faces that seem to illuminate the interior. The ceilings are covered with stars and celestial symbols that speak of the cosmos. Would you like to enter a place where the sky is painted in stone? Every room vibrates with the energy of harmony and life. Archaeological evidence reveals that musical festivals and dance rituals were held here. Priests and priestesses played instruments to honor Hathor, the patroness of joy. The hieroglyphs still retain their original pigments, a testament to ancient art. This temple teaches us that happiness, too, can be sacred. Don't you think that sound and smiles are eternal languages? Valley of the Kings, the realm of silence. The Valley of the Kings is a place where history breathes beneath the earth. Nestled among arid mountains, more than 60 tombs hold the secrets of the pharaohs. The most famous, that of Tutankhamun, still dazzles with its vibrant colors. Would you dare to enter a passageway where time stood still 3 millennia ago? Each wall tells a story of a journey toward eternity. Documents found in the excavations reveal rituals, prayers, and texts from the Book of the Dead. Archaeologists continue to uncover hidden passages and painted chambers. The silence here is almost sacred. Even the air seems to whisper reverence. The valley teaches that history doesn't disappear, it merely hides to be rediscovered. Would you say that eternity can lie hidden beneath the sand? Wadi el Natrun, the Valley of Monasteries. Wadi el Natrun is a haven of spirituality and silence. Located between Cairo and Alexandria, it is home to monasteries dating back to the 4th century. Its mud brick walls hold centuries of prayer and study. Can you imagine a life dedicated to contemplation in the middle of the desert? Coptic monks continue to live according to the most ancient traditions of Eastern Christianity. The religious documents preserved here are true treasures, unique manuscripts, icons, and biblical texts. Visitors are struck by the serenity of the place and the warmth of its inhabitants. Wadi el Natrun teaches that silence can be more eloquent than words. Don't you think that faith also needs spaces of calm? Egypt is a place where history and eternity intertwine in every corner. The Nile, the pyramids, and the temples tell a story that lives on in the sand and in the eyes of its people. Amid the bustle of Cairo, the calm of the desert, and the golden light of the sunset, one understands that time here doesn't pass. It simply breathes. Egypt teaches that greatness lies not only in ancient stones, but also in the serenity with which its people preserve the soul of an immortal civilization.